All right, hello. I thought I would come now and start this reading vlog. This is the reading vlog for the members only book club selection, The Ghostwriter by Julie. Look at that. That's lipstick. It's somehow all over my hands. The Ghostwriter by Julie Clark. If you're just catching this now and you're not a member, but you would like to be, you can join. If you go to my channel page, I think you have to do it on a computer. I haven't started the book yet. Normally when I come to film the intro, I've read at least the first chapter, but I haven't done that yet. I just came to film the last spoiler-free book review you would have seen, so thought I'd film this while I'm sitting here. I'm getting ready now to go to Ed's work for dinner. They're having an employee appreciation dinner, as they do at the end of harvest every year, because Ed works in the agriculture industry. He works for a business that works with farmers. So normally it's employees only, I believe, but this year they've got a brand new building that's soon going to be put into use, and they just finished building it, so we're having the dinner at the building, I guess. So that'll be nice. So we picked up some dessert and we're going to bring it, and then they're having it's barbecue, steaks and potato and salads. It should be a lot of fun. I'll see if I can film when I'm there, see if anything to film pops up. I don't know that it will, but we'll see. Either way, you'll see me later today when I'm telling you about the first few chapters of the book. All right, hello, it's nighttime now. We've been back from the dinner at Ed's work for a few hours. There really wasn't any opportunity to film there. So I got home and I started reading The Ghostwriter. And I am intrigued and locked in already. So we get the prologue, and we're learning about this woman who's telling us about her childhood and how when she was little, her classmates would tease her because it was well known in the town that her father, when he was younger, had murdered his brother and sister. And like it was local gossip for years. So then we get to chapter 1, and she's a grown up. She's 44, I believe. And she's a ghostwriter. She, as a ghostwriter does, helps people write books that they can't fully write themselves. So her dad, as we know from both the prologue and the first chapter, he's a very prolific horror author. Like, we're talking Stephen King level. And she's been out of work for a while because one day on a panel, she was on there with this terrible man, and she had no problem calling him out. And as sometimes happens, I got her blacklisted from her industry. And then one day she gets a phone call, and it's her agent. And she's like, listen, I got a job for you finally. After over a year, I finally got a job for you. And she's like, what is it? She's like, it's to ghostwrite a book for a man, Vincent, I can't remember his last name. And in her mind, she's like, that's my dad. What's going on here? What kind of games are we playing? Like I said, he's a prolific author. He doesn't need a ghostwriter. But she's desperate. Her house is about to go up for sale, so she takes the job. And that's where we're at. All right, hi there, guys. It's the next day. Don't mind the vacuum, but that bookshelf, that's where I normally sit to film. Anyway, so today was spent running errands and reading and cleaning. But before I tell you more about the book, tomorrow is my friend Krista's wedding party. She got married last month in Vegas, but a lot of Canadians aren't wanting to travel to the States right now. Plus it's far away, so she decided after the wedding, the month after, she'd have a party at home, so that's tomorrow. So the fun thing about it is it's a costume party since it's so close to Halloween. So let me show you this. So Ed and I were going to dress up like we were going to a masquerade ball. I've got the dress, I've got the gloves that go up to my elbows. I've got this little mask here on a stick, so cute, I love it. Unfortunately, Ed's eyes are so bad that he can't not wear his glasses, and his mask doesn't go over his glasses. And it was a cool one too. It's like half like sort of Phantom of the Opera style. So we had to go back to the drawing board for him. So we decided on vampire. We got him some vampire fangs. I got a cape to go over his suit. And then what we're going to do to kind of tie it all together is I'm going to put bite marks on the side of my neck. So maybe he was a vampire that showed up at a masquerade ball and bit me. Anyway, as for the book, I'm really enjoying it. We just got to the point where she has gone now back to her hometown to meet up with her dad to write what she thinks is a fiction book. But when she gets there, he reveals to her that he's very sick. He's got a terrible disease that is fatal, and he's losing the ability to write, which is how he made his living, all of that. And then she learns that it's not a novel that he wants her to write, it's his memoirs. So at first, she thinks, oh, like his life as a writer. But then he tells her, no, it's about his childhood when his brother and sister died, were murdered. So now she's going through all of his notebooks. A lot of it doesn't make sense, and she's just trying to piece it all together. Anyone still watching Love is Blind, even though each season gets exponentially worse and you like it less and less? Because I am. So let me know if you are too. This is by far the worst season. I don't know why I'm watching it, and yet here I am watching it. Well, you guys, I'm the world's worst vlogger. We're now home from Krista's in-town wedding celebration. Me and Ed and my sister went. We had a great time. We didn't stay too late because we were all pretty tired, but didn't vlog before we went. Didn't vlog there, nothing. But I do have some pictures. So here's Ed and I before we left. Then here we are outside. It was so hot inside. We all went outside for a little bit. In the red there, that's Krista. Her and her husband were dressed as Beetlejuice and Lydia, like in the wedding scene with the red dress. It was the perfect costume for her. She looked amazing. He did too, of course, but yeah, she looked great. And then here's me and my sister Kelly when we went back inside. In the entryway, they had a black light, and we looked at each other and we were like, we look crazy. So we took a picture. And it's my favorite picture. So yeah, we had a great night. So now I'm home, just taking it easy. Read a few more chapters of the book. It's basically more just her trying to get some info from her dad so she can start ghostwriting the book. She ran into an old friend who she grew up with, and that was a lovely reunion. But so yeah, we're just gonna keep on plugging. All right, hi there, guys. It's Monday evening now. I'm still plugging away with the book. I thought I'd be done by the end of the weekend, but between Krista's wedding and then yesterday, something happened that derailed me entirely, which I'll get into soon. I just can't yet because somebody who needs to know about it doesn't yet. So, but I'm about 30% in. And I'm really enjoying it. Well, in the earlier clip when I was trying to explain the disease he had, I couldn't remember the name, but it's Lewy body dementia. So he's losing his cognitive abilities and his physical, and it's very sad. It's very sad. It sounds like such a terrible disease. I think that's what Robin Williams had. Anyway, so she's spending more time with her dad, and we're getting bits of the story from his point of view, and he's telling her things, and then we're getting chapters from 1975 from his point of view. And we're still trying to piece it all together. All right, so I've taken a pause from reading. Why has the book title left my mind? The Ghostwriter. It's been a weekend, you guys. I've taken a break from reading that to come and I film a video which will have already gone up by the time you're seeing this. And that's my 10 Halloween recommendations. And so yeah, but I did read a bit more from when I last spoke to you. But again, like it's hard to keep you updated really because it's just a lot of her and him talking. We haven't really gotten to the meat and bones of it. So just wanted to pop in and give that update. I fear this vlog is not going to be overly entertaining outside of hearing about the book. So I do apologize for that. But on we trot. just realized I ended that last clip with "On We Trot." You know, like we're horses. Anyway, I just got to the part of the book where Olivia's found Poppy's diary in the months leading up to when she was murdered. So it's interesting getting her perspective. Another thing is that there's a new character kind of brought in, a new person, a teacher. And he's young and cool and everyone loves him. But Vince, Olivia's dad, back in 1975, he's got weird vibes about him and his girlfriend, Lydia, who would go on to become his wife and Olivia's mom. So there's that. Plus, there's also kind of weird vibes between him and Poppy a little bit. Anyway, I don't know yet, but just wanted to chime in with that. So, I'm going to go read a bit more. I might not update again tonight. I might just go to bed because last night I barely slept. I went to bed early because I was done with the day. And so I was in bed by like 9 p.m. And then I woke up and I was like, oh, it must be like 3 or 4 or 5 a.m. It was 11:30. And then I couldn't get back to sleep for hours. And then I was up and now it's late and I'm overtired and my allergies, it's a mess. I'm going to bed. Hello, I thought I'd pop in with a little update. I just got back from a coffee date with my sister. So that was nice. Now, I'm just getting ready for bed. But I was reading a bunch of the book today. So things are really kicking off now. Like I told you yesterday, she found Poppy's journal. And in the journal, she talked about a lot of film reels that she took because she got a camera for her birthday that year. And Olivia ends up finding the film reels in the old house that they grew up in Poppy's bedroom. And she's watching it now. So as the book had been going on, we've been getting chapters from her dad, Vince, about that time. And he was trying to tell us that Danny, the brother that ended up killed, was like not what everyone thought he was, that he had a bad temper and a mean streak. And at one time he saw Danny kill the neighbor's cat and dig it and bury it in a hole. But Olivia just saw that it was her dad that did that because she's got these videos now. So I don't know what's going to happen, but we will see. Check out this little ghost here that I've added to my gallery wall. It was a gift from Krista. She brought it back from when she was down in the U.S. She went to a little shop in California and found it and brought it back for me. And I love it. Don't mind the black on the side there. It's up using Velcro strips. And it got put on in the wrong spot, so I got to fix it. But I just wanted to show you first. All right. Hi, guys. It's now Wednesday afternoon, turning into evening. I've been reading a lot today. I'm loving this book, you guys. It's so good. And depending on how the ending goes, I feel like it's going to be 5 stars. Anyway, so since I last updated, we're learning more about the, vitriol between Danny and Vince. It's so hard to tell you because there's so much happening. Vince feels that Lydia, his girlfriend, who's Olivia's mom, was having an affair or cheating on him because she had been pregnant at one point and had an abortion. And his brother is taunting him with this. And Vince is trying to figure out, whose baby was it. And he learns that the teacher, there's this young teacher, Mr. Stewart, who Lydia's been spending a lot of time with because he's also like the track and field coach, took her for the abortion. So he's like, was it him? We're starting to feel like, was it Danny? Because we learned from one of Poppy's point of view chapters that with her camera, she filmed something that made Danny very mad. And he broke the camera and he chased her and he pinned her down and it was awful. So we're starting to wonder, was Danny the father? So I got about 20% left. I'm gonna go read it. All right. Okay. So, oh my gosh. So much has just happened. I don't even know where to begin. So we found out that the baby was Danny's, but he had assaulted Lydia. So we find that out, and then we find out what was on the camera that Danny had been chasing Poppy to get. And at first we think it's something to do with him and Lydia. But then we learned it's something to do with him and Mr. Stewart, that teacher. Mr. Stewart had been molesting him when he was younger. And so then we find out, so then we get a chapter from Poppy, and it's her point of view of Danny killing her. And so she goes and she reads to her dad what she's written. Because in the chapter from Poppy, what happens is Danny stabs her, and then Vince comes in the house, kind of implying that then Vince kills Danny. But what Olivia has pieced together is that somebody else killed them both, and then Vince arrived. And so she's thinking it was Mr. Stewart, the teacher. So she tells him all this, and he's like, love it, send the manuscript. And she's like, well, I will soon. He's like, send it now. So she does, and he's like, okay, now let me tell you what really happened. And that's where I'm at. Okay, so before I go to sit and end this vlog, I gotta tell you real quick, because I just finished. So we get another chapter from Poppy, and so from that chapter, we know what happened, because she's telling us after her death. So she tells us that Mr. Stewart came in the house, stabbed her, because he knew that she knew, and was going to tell what he had done to Danny. He kills her, and he's like, you did this to yourself. Bye. And he leaves. Danny comes home, sees her. He's freaking out. He picks up the knife. He's covered in her blood. That's when Vince shows up. The two of them start fighting. Poppy's like, she can't speak because her throat's full of blood because she's been stabbed in the stomach. But we're getting her thoughts of like, oh my God, they're going to destroy each other, and neither of them did this. So then Danny knocks Vince out. Meanwhile, Lydia's coming in the house. She sees Poppy dead, Vince unconscious on the floor, thinks he's dead. She killed Danny. Olivia's mom killed Danny. Eventually, Vince wakes up, puts the pieces together, and he's like, well, you're not going down for that. So decides to protect her for the next 50 years. So once the book's done, we get a bit of a jump ahead. And of course, as Olivia and Vince are talking about it, they don't know what truly happened. They think it was Mr. Stewart, but they don't know. We know, because Poppy told us. But Poppy didn't get a chance to tell them. So they're kind of discussing amongst themselves after the book has come out and before he dies, because he does die. Like, what do you think really happened to Poppy? So that, I loved it. I loved it. 5 stars. It's the best thriller I've read in years. Anyway, let's go sit down now, finish the vlog. I'll tell you what next month's book club selection is. All right. Came now to end this vlog. What a book this was. I loved it, as I'm sure you've gathered. And it was exactly what I needed to take my mind off of this week, which has been a bit heavy, which I'll tell you about in the next video. But yeah, so I wanted to announce the next book club book. If you haven't already, if you've been like, should I join that book club? Yes, you should. We read so many good books that, you know, we wouldn't have read otherwise. And join us. Anyway, the book for November is If We Were Villains by M.L. Rio. This book has been on my TBR for ages. Everyone that I know that's read it loved it. I got this copy with the sprayed edges there, the red. Anyway, everyone that I know that's read it loved it, and I can't wait to read it. From what I know, it's about a group of friends at a university, and one of them ends up dead, and one goes to jail for the murder. And at the beginning of the book, he's coming out of jail, and he's being questioned, like, okay, you've done your time. Once and for all, tell us what happened, I think is what this is about. So I can't wait. I know they're studying a lot of Shakespeare, so I'm guessing there'll probably be, you know, Shakespearean references and things like that in here, and I can't wait to read it. So if you like dark academia and you haven't read this, join us. And then in December, we're going to be reading a Christmas book, of course. We don't know which one yet, but we'll know. We'll know by the end of November's vlog. Anyway, before I go, let me show you my, at this point, this is just my update. How I keep track of it. But it's coming in. It is coming in. Wow, I'm at month 10. I just realized I misspoke there. It's month 8. Month 8. You're like, why are you showing us this? It's a record for me. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching as always. And I will see you again really soon. Bye.